Depression. I mean, I believe in this. I hope folks get storable foods from you while they can.
Well, absolutely. The fascinating thing, Alex, is that the only reason that we brought this buy three, get one free up again is because we have been absolutely forced. This Russian thing is absolutely insane. Prices all over the place are going up like mad. And for the first time in 3 years, eFoods has to raise prices. We don't have any choice. Otherwise, we'll be on our backs. It'll wipe us out. And so what we did was we pre-bought a whole bunch of the food that we could get from our suppliers at the current prices before they hit us with the price increases, and that's why we're able to do the buy three, get one free. But the response has been absolutely insane. We've got people calling us and emailing us and orders coming out our ears, and we're just concerned about the length of time that we've given before that price increase. So what we did was we're going to jack it back 7 days. So by the 27th of this month, of September, if people will get their orders in just as fast as they can, by the 27th of the month, we will have to go up to higher prices on the 28th just to survive for buying in this next batch of stuff. But what we've got right now is we've got the prices going up like crazy, and the United States will refuse to set limits on the amount of exports, and so these other countries are buying up our food, and they're going to starve our citizens.
Well, my main reason is they're admitting we're going into a depression. They're devaluing the dollar. Gold is exploding. Look, with all the uncertainty, I got storable food. I got it from you. It's the best food I've gotten. It's the best price. You're a patriot. It supports the broadcast. Win, 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 win. Folks, don't be dependent on the government to have food. This stuff lasts more than 10 years climate controlled. If it's in your garage like mine, 10 years. It's high quality, Nutriversal foods. Just check it out, efoodsdirect.com.
Sounds like a deal to me, Alex. And the main thing is they're even trying to pass legislation right now that is going to limit the ability of people to even grow their own food.
I've read the bill. It says if I pick figs and go and prepare them, slice them, make a pie, I have in my backyard, if I do any preparation, it's illegal. I mean, this is worse than what Lenin did controlling food. I mean, this is insane.
That's why these people have to take advantage of this thing. We've held the prices down as much as we can. We know people have to pour every cent that they can in and get as much food as possible. That's why we're combining holding back the price increase. At the same time, we're doing this buy three, get one free. That's 25% savings. It's ridiculous, but we're going to be able to do it. And basically, you spell freedom, F-O-O-D, and people can fight for their own freedom, and we'll sure help them as much as we can, but they got to move. They just absolutely have to move.
Pentagon studies show that within 10 days without food, over 90% of people will start killing for food, and after 15 days, over 90% begin engaging in cannibalism. What you see in a movie like The Road happens within 15 days of no food. It's what happened in Leningrad during the 2-year Nazi siege. They sustained, after they ate the rats and after they ate the wallpaper that had flour in it, they began eating people. And I'm not saying that's ever going to happen. The issue is 90%, and this is a mainline statistic, of our population is urban. They're totally unself-sufficient. And in the Great Depression, we were the reverse of that. Right at 90% were rural, 10% urban. Now that's flip-flopped, and if university studies show 7 million starved to death over the 10-year depression in the U.S., they estimate, what's going to happen if we have a full-bore depression that we're now sliding into now? You are nuts if you don't have storable food. It's that simple.
Absolutely, and the whole thing is that they're now calling this the greatest depression as opposed to what was there before. Do you realize that 40% of our families go to the grocery store right now and have to decide whether they're going to pay their bills or buy food? And that's what we're trying to fight, Alex, and that's why we're scrambling. We've got production up as high as we can, producing everything that we can, packing it up from this food that we bought in at the previous prices. And when this is gone, we're going to have to raise the price. We don't have any choice in a country where people are having a hard time affording it now. We don't know what to do.
And the government's paying record amounts of people. I was reading in Now, it wasn't in Bloomberg. It was in my The Economist. When I was out of town with Ventura, I was reading a lot of magazines that they're paying record numbers to produce crops for ethanol.
Oh, I know. It's absolutely, it's so stupid it's beyond belief. But if you figure that the last figures came out that 52% of the population that's employed is working for the government, that leaves the remainder of the employed population having to support those people working for the government and all of the people that are on food stamps, welfare, that have lost their jobs. I've got, we're just going to post on our website this job loss map that they've got of the country that goes from 2007 to the present, and it's unbelievable. The map is almost all black from over 10 to 20% of the population, the employable population, being unemployed. We have trouble right here in River City, Alex, and people have to move. Food is how you spell freedom. It's just
well, you'll never stand on a bread line if you have your own bread. You'll never stand on a bread line if you have your own bread. eFoods Direct. It's the letter E, foodsdirect.com. Banners up on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. This is a place I believe is the best place to get, and it's gourmet-style meals, basic meals. You've got a wide spectrum of different types of foods, special diets. I mean, this is it's just wonderful. People should at least go to efoodsdirect.com or call the toll-free number and get a brochure, but don't screw around. Steve Shank, give folks that toll-free number if they want to call.
It's 800-409-5633. 800-409-5633.
800-409-5633 or the letter E, foodsdirect.com. One word, efoodsdirect.com, 800-409-5633. But, you know, the good part about this is we were getting laughed at 10, 15 years ago saying own guns, food, try to move into the country. We're going to have a financial collapse. Derivatives are going to cause it because the real economists were admitting that. The IMF World Bank plans came out 8 years ago admitting it was part of their plan. Now I have mainstream, you know, Department of Defense saying that they're worried about total rebellions because of the economy imploding. IMF fears social explosion from world job crisis. London Telegraph. I'm trying to find my my article from the Pentagon saying this. It's here in my stack. United States Joint Forces Command warns that huge U.S. debt might lead to military impotence, default, or revolution. We've gone from a decade ago saying this is probably going to cause this to we're now sliding into it. And so the good news is we were getting laughed at 10 years ago. Now people remember what we said. They're not laughing. And the patriots, that remnant out there, is now the leadership to wake everybody else up, and they're listening to us. So just thank God that so many people like yourself and Ron Paul and many others saw this coming, because now people are going to listen to us and not the bankers who want to get even more power out of this crisis. Let me give people the number again for folks that want to call toll-free. Don't procrastinate. We'll put that number back up on screen for folks. But the website's efoodsdirect.com, 800-409-5633. And they're only running this for another week and a half or so. You heard it, the 27th of this month. Buy 3, get 1 free, and it's already discounted down to nothing. Check it out, 800-409-5633, efoodsdirect.com. Steve Shank, God bless you. Keep up God's word.
Thanks, Alex. You be good.
All right, we'll be right back. Final News Blitz straight ahead. This is the GCN Radio Network, GCNlive.com.